is going on, guys? In today's video I'm going to be showing you the Red Eyes Black Dragon deck profile. This is just kind of a normal deck profile in that it's not an FTK, it's not an OTK, it's just kind of a control more so than anything else, I suppose. A lot of the cards got reprinted very recently in the Legendary Duelist Season 1 pack, where a lot of the cards that were recently like 20 to 30 quid came down and are now sitting about €5 or whatever. So yeah, so without further ado, let's get into the deck profile and show you what way it's kind of played and how to play it. So the first card is 3 of the original Red Eyes Black Dragon. It was one of my first cards ever in the game of Yu-Gi-Oh! I never got the first set of cards. Structure decks were Yugi and Kaiba, and then the next one was Joey, and I think another Yugi with Black Luster Soldier. But anyway, so this is Red Eyes Black Dragon. Frost Dragon with deadly attack, level 7. It's just you need to run 3. The deck revolves around them pretty much. The next card is Red Eyes Darkness Metal Dragon. He has recently been errated that you can only use his effect once, but what he does is you can banish a dragon monster on the field and then special summon him, and then he can special summon a dragon monster from the hand or graveyard. But you can only do that once per turn. Normally, if you like got rid of him, linked him away and special summon him, you could do it again, but now with the new errata, the new rules, he cannot do that. But he's still pretty good. Like, you're still going to run 3 of them. The next one is a new card, like 2019, I suppose. This one's Red Eyes Alternative Black Dragon. And what this card can do is you contribute a Red Eyes monster in your hand or field, and then you can special summon this card. And if this card is destroyed by battle, you can basically bring back an old Red Eyes Black Dragon from the graveyard, and then it becomes 4800 attack, which is really nice. That's pretty much all he does. I mean, it's like the Blue Eyes Alternative Dragon. The next card we're running is 1 Red Eyes Black Flare Dragon. The only thing I'll say is this card will get changed when Red Eyes Dragoon comes out. Red Eyes Dragoon comes out. So this will be changed for Dark Magician. So you can fuse it off to summon Red Eyes Dragoon, because that card is just amazing. But right now, Red Eyes Black Flare is still pretty good, especially because you can special summon it with Red Eyes Baby Dragon, and special summon this, and then the next turn normal summon it and get a burn effect. The next card we have is 1 Neo Kaiser Glider. So this has 2 functions. If you do end up drawing it, it's you don't have to use it for the fusion or whatever. But so if you do draw it, you can send this card on 1 monster and then target a normal monster in your graveyard and special summon it, and that's fine. That's what that does. The only other thing is you're going to be using that as fusion fodder for one of our fusion monsters, and I'll show you what that is. It just requires a level 6 dragon, and that's what this is. The next card, which was recently very expensive, has come down in price, so that's why I'm running it. This one is Gear Freed, the Red Eyes Iron Knight, and this one's kind of cool. So once per turn, if either player equips an equip card to this card, you can destroy the equip card and then destroy 1 spell or trap card your opponent controls. Once per turn, you can send an equip card you control that is equipped to this card to the graveyard, and then target a level 7 or lower Red Eyes monster and special summon it. So basically what you're going to be using this is combo off with this Black Metal Dragon, or there's other kind of equip stuff I'll show you, like Red Eyes Fang with Chain, that you can get his effect off. But other than that, it's just kind of, you can use them as fusion for Red Eyes Slash Dragon, and it's just kind of a cool card. And the fact that like Joey always used Gear Free the Iron Knight, and the artwork is just amazing. I'm so happy I got this card, because it was always too expensive. I didn't want to spend serious money on kind of a card that was not going to change the deck too much, I suppose. And the next card that has been reprinted as well, as you can see, this is the older one that I had in Legendary Duelist, and this one is Legendary Season 1. So this one is Red Eyes Baby Dragon, and what this one does is, if this is destroyed by battle and sent to the graveyard, you can special summon a level 7 or lower Red Eyes monster from the graveyard and then equip it, and then the equipped monster gains 300 attack. So you could just, if you draw this first turn, you can normal summon it, attack over something, lose life points, but then special summon something like Red Eyes Black Dragon with 300 more attack, or Red Eyes Iron Knight or something like that, you know. And then it already has its equip, and then you can destroy, you know, there's another combo you can do. So it works in different ways. And then we have one of the best cards is Black Metal Dragon. So this basically equips to a Red Eyes monster, and it gains 600 attack. And then if it's sent to the graveyard, it's your search card. It's pretty much all it does. Like, you can just normal summon it, link it away or whatever, and then go for a free search. Then we have 2 Blackstone of Legend. So what this does is you contribute this card and special summon a level 7 Red Eyes monster from your deck. and then it has the effect that it can shuffle stuff back and you can draw it to the next turn. So it's just more kind of level 7s on the field. For hand traps, we're running 3 Ash Blossom just to stop your opponent from searching stuff. 3 Red Eyes Fusion because we're relying on our fusion deck really for our big boss monsters like Slash Dragon. I'll go into them, but basically what this does is it's very easily searchable in this deck, and you send Red Eyes monsters from the deck to use the fusion materials. Then we have 3 Red Eyes Insight, which is another search card. What this one does is you can send a Red Eyes monster from your hand or deck to the graveyard and then add a Red Eyes spell or trap card from your deck to your hand. So it kind of gets all those extra bits you need in the graveyard to the graveyard. Yeah, you can use stuff like Red Eyes Wyvern and stuff to get to the graveyard, or you can use like Red Eyes or Blackstone of Legend to shuffle stuff back as well. Keep your deck full. Next I'm running the 1 Claw of Hermos. Joey used this in Dragons of Legend, and he was able to summon the Red Eyes Black Dragon Sword, and if you do summon that, it makes one of your monsters that equips it very, very powerful. And then we have 2 Dark Ruler No More. If you want to run something like Impermanence, if you have the money for Impermanence, work away and run it. This one just basically is kind of spell version of that, but you're going to do it in your turn, especially if you're able to summon some big monsters and your opponent has some really good effects. Dark Ruler No More is kind of a good idea as well. Or like if you were to run Impermanence or something, it might just stop your opponent from summoning those big monsters in the first place. But it's up to preference, player preference or whatever. The next card is a Lord of Darkness. We're running a lot of darks, so we don't mind. I wouldn't run 3 just because I don't know, it gets kind of like too much banishing and too much, you know. You could end up messing yourself up. So I think 2 is perfect. We run 2 Return of the Dragon Lords. This just special summons one of your Red Eyes level 7 monsters from the graveyard, and then gives it that extra effect that it can banish itself from the graveyard and then stop one of your dragons from being destroyed. The 1 Pot of Avarice, because like that with Red Eyes Insight, we can very easily mill a lot of our deck by dropping a lot of stuff, and then you can get a Pot of Avarice to shuffle them back and draw 2 cards. Another card that was reprinted that was recently very expensive is Red Eyes Fang with Chains. This one has actually 2 very cool effects. It can target a Red Eyes monster and then it can make 2 attacks, or it has the other effect that you can send it to the graveyard and then target an opponent's monster and make that opponent's monster equipped to your Red Eyes monster that you had. So like you could just take control of one of your opponent's monsters after his equip card or whatever, and it's really cool. Has a really cool effect, and definitely one of the best cards in Red Eyes, and searchable as well. And then the last card I have is another negation stuff. Feel free, you can run whatever you want, you know. If you want to run another hand trap or a Solomon Judgment or warnings or whatever, you know, that kind of stuff. But this was Lost Winds. This one is kind of like an impermanence as well. It just targets a special summon monster and its attack becomes half and negates its effects. So that's that. So it's a 40 card main deck. Next, let's get into the extra deck, which is 1 Red Eye Slash Dragon. You could run 2. That card got reprinted as well in the Legendary Duelist Season 1. But I find it really cool. So basically what it does is you can fusion summon it using a Red Eyes Black Dragon and 1 warrior monster. So you can use your Red Eyes Iron Knight. And then when a Red Eyes monster declares attack, you can target a warrior monster in the graveyard and equip it to it. The equipped monster, then it makes this monster gain 200 attack, and then it has a negation effect that if a monster or spell or trap targets it or activates, you can get rid of that equipped monster and negate that activation, which is really cool. I use it a lot on Duel Links and it's actually very, very powerful. Next, the 1 Meteor Dragon or Meteor Black Comet Dragon, and what this one you use is the level 6 dragon type that I showed you earlier, Neo Kaiser Glider. And what this one does is you can send a Red Eyes monster from the deck and your opponents lose half that monster's attack as life points. Yeah, pretty much. And then if this card is destroyed, it's sent to the graveyard. You can target a normal monster graveyard and special summon it, but it's mainly used for the burn damage stuff. Then we have Red Eyes Black Dragon Sword. This one is must be fusion to a Claw of Hermos using a dragon monster. So any dragon monster will do, even the baby one. If this card is special summon, target one other face monster on the field. This card, it gains 1000 attack and 1000 attack and 500 attack units for each dragon monster on the field or graveyard. So your Red Eyes can get up to seriously high attack. The next card we're running is 1 Odd Eyes Vortex Dragon. The reason of this is I am running Odd Eyes Absolute Dragon, but this one basically bounces your opponent's stuff, and it's just a really good card. It has a negation effect as well. That's it for the fusion monsters. The next is 2 Red Eyes Black Flare Metal Dragon. It just makes your opponent having to play stuff and lose life points constantly. It's just kind of cool. And then also can special summon a Red Eyes from the graveyard by detaching a material. Then we have the 111 Big Eye, again robbing your opponent's monster. It's not hard to get 2 level 7s out, so you can just take your opponent's monster if they are kind of strong or whatever and use it. And then we have the 1 Odd Eyes Absolute Dragon, which is it can negate an attack and special summon an Odd Eyes from the graveyard, but if it's destroyed, is it destroyed or if it's sent? If this exceeds some card is sent to the graveyard, you can special summon an Odd Eyes monster from your extra deck. So you're going to summon the Odd Eyes Vortex Dragon and then bounce your opponent's stuff, which is really nice. And that's it for the Exceeds monsters. Next we're running the 1 Boral Sword Dragon, because it's a good OTK card and it's not that hard to get 4 monsters on the field. The 1 Unicorn to bounce your stuff, opponent's stuff, and then the 1 Phoenix to destroy spells and traps. Now I was running things like you can run like Link Wands with the level 1 monsters you have, Link Karibo and stuff like that. I didn't add them. I've only 13 extra deck, but you can add them in or whatever else you want. If you want under a big Link monster, or if you was thinking anything I'm missing, work away and add that stuff. But it's a really fun deck. It's not meta, but like I was playing a lot of it on YGO online, and it's actually just really fun. It's really nice to like be able to summon stuff like that, like Red Eyes and stuff, and your opponent actually doesn't know what to do with it. But yeah, thanks for watching, guys. Please leave a like, comment, subscribe, do all that good stuff. Check out all my channel, check out all the videos, and do all that kind of check out the Instagram and all that stuff as well. And good luck.